The following is a special presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and future. Why, hi there, I'm Ron Juckett, and welcome to Fight Night on the Tube. Tonight we feature two lightweights in a big 12-round brawl from the Staples Center. The ever-versatile Roberto Duran, who comes into this fight 1-1 on the RSN card, and Sugar Shane Mosley, who is yet to fight. But Mosley is ranked in 11 out of 15, and Duran is ranked to 13. And these two will go 12 rounds at the Staples Center this evening. This should be a good one. Duran, of course, is always a fighter with good duration. And Mosley, who fought just until a few years ago, was a regular on HBO throughout the 90s and the 2000s. So two fighters that you should know, and they'll finally get the chance to go at it from the Staples Center. As I look at myself, someone needs a haircut. Okay. So how you doing, OG? And we'll take a look here. As we said, 12 rounds. The computer will run the strategy for Duran and Mosley and check for injuries. They're both fighting as lightweights. Gustavo Padilla will be the referee. Shauna Marie, of course, is the ring card girl. We think that's Sailor Moon, but don't tell Al, okay? Al, Red Sox fan, is the announcer in the ring. And our judges tonight, Octavio Rodriguez from Panama, Rick Saul from Canada, and Joel Dovenbarger from the United States. The rules that we have thanks. The rules for tonight: rear incident stoppage, a draw until round 5, and then you go to the scorecard. We have a 3 knockdown limit and a mandatory 8 count for these fighters. It's a 10-point must system. You can never be saved by the bell, and the fight can be stopped by either the referee, who is Gustavo Padilla, or the fight doctor, Ferdy Pacheco, who is ringside here. Now let's take a look at these two fighters. As I said, they're both fighting in a lightweight and in their prime. Duran can fight as a boxer or a slugger. He has a control factor of 12 and against a boxer, and a control factor of 13 versus a slugger. Mosley can fight as both either a boxer or slugger, and against a boxer he is a 10 of 15, and as a slugger an 11. And so with all that, here we go. There were rumors that Duran's training camp was less than stellar, and he does look soft. And Mosley, by all accounts, Mosley was a gym rat before this fight, and he looks it in his hometown of Los Angeles, a sellout crowd here at the Staples Center. They've yet to find each other here in real life or on Retro Sports Network, and so here we go. No moss. In fact, the last fight that Duran lost was against Sugar Ray Leonard, and he broke his hand. So it really was a no-moss fight. So if you're ready, we're ready. Let's do this. 12 rounds. And Yvonne Michelle is Roberto Duran's trainer tonight. Jack DeForest will be handling the cuts. For Mosley, Oscar Suarez is his trainer tonight, and Lenny DeJesus will take care of cuts. The announcer in the ring is Al, Red Sox fan. Staples Center is the location, and Shauna Marie is, as I said, the ring card girl. Gustavo Padilla gets a hand from the boxing faithful in the chat. And as I said, from the judges, from Panama, Octavio Rodriguez, from Canada, Rick Saul, and from the United States, Joel Dovenbarger, and Dave Rodman joins me as the ringside expert. So if you're ready, so are we. Bang a gong, get it on. Make sure that you're actually seeing the fight. So if you're ready, we are. Duran and Mosley. Here we go. They touch gloves, and here we go. Mosley is coming out to the corner. The short extend punches here. Mosley moving around the ring. Duran pins his arms against his body to stop throwing any punches. Right now, Duran has just a slight advantage. 3-2 in the first 30 seconds. Manos de Piedra uses his shoulder to force Mosley out of the clinch. And Duran picks off the jab by Mosley for no damage. And now Roberto goes to the body with an uppercut, although there wasn't much behind it. We'll give you the live punch numbers. 15-7 right now in favor of Duran in the first minute of the fight. Now Duran looks to work to the body, but Mosley will cover it. You could feel the breeze. Oh, Duran loaded up on the one and couldn't land it. Halfway home here in the first. Still, okay, we don't need that. Duran lands a pair of short right hands just above the waistline to score. Mosley kind of hanging back there. Last minute of the first round. Now Padilla steps in to admonish Mosley for rabbit punching behind the head. He got a couple good punches in, but this crowd isn't very happy about the foul. Last 45 seconds, first round. This one's been nip and tuck as you would expect. Not much going on in the last few seconds of it. Padilla tries to separate him, but Duran has got Mosley in a clinch. Last seconds of the first round. Again they hug before Mosley goes into the corner, and that's the round. So, wow, a revision of the points has Mosley with it. 7-6. We looked at the scorecard, and Rodman gave it to Mosley 10-9. I would have thought Duran would have won that 10-9. Ken Castro is with us at ringside, and Bobby Catalano. So, all the community luminaries are here. Nothing going on either way. A pretty clean first round. Duran is his chin is kind of susceptible to the knockdown, but not the knockout. So Sailor Moon marches around, and here we go. Duran not very happy as we start the second round. And now Duran tries to free his gloves under Mosley's again, clinching and holding awful early. Half a minute gone here in the second. Oscar Suarez was extremely upbeat with Mosley to give encouragement. Now Duran backs Mosley into his own corner, and Mosley goes downstairs with a hook. And now Duran comes back with a brutal combination right into the midsection. A 4-point punch. They go back to the middle of the ring. Duran got Mosley with an uppercut right in the head. And now Mosley uses his legs to avoid Duran's punches. But Duran has the better part of the round, at least in the first half. Mosley has Duran trapped in the left neutral corner. Mosley lands a couple jabs. Halfway home here in the second. Mosley retreats into a neutral corner. Duran walking around. Duran now is being aggressive. Mosley again is holding him. This is more like a middle school dance than anything. Lots of clinching early on. Mosley shoves Duran away. Both fighters now. Now Mosley gets an uppercut into Duran's head. 41 seconds to go. Duran scores back with a quick series of shots in the body of Mosley. This one's going to be razor thin again. 30 seconds to go. Mosley in the left corner. Duran scores a combo downstairs. 20 seconds to go in the round. Mosley misses with an uppercut. And Duran hits him right on the button with a powerful right uppercut. This round is all Duran as the bell rings. So give that round to Duran. And by the computer, they should be even. But I've got Duran up 2-0. And as you look at Dave Rodman scoring, he's got defined as even. So 2 rounds in the books were scheduled for 12. Duran and Mosley. That round, Duran landed 30 punches to Mosley's 22. Neither fighter has really cut the other, so we won't go through the conditions. And Mosley had the foul. He rather punched in the first. So we go to the 3rd round, scheduled for 12. And Duran tries the hook and misses with it. And now Mosley knows that he lost the round. Oscar Suarez tried to pump him up in between. Let's see if it means anything. Oh, they go to a nice exchange. Mosley got the better of that. That was a 12-punch exchange there. Mosley got the better of it. Mosley trapped in the corner. Duran pins him on the arms, and now they finally move apart. Again, way too much clinching going on here, especially so early in the fight. Mosley misses with the hook. Duran got the crossing on the chest. Now about halfway home here in the 3rd. Mosley throws a bunch of punches, but Duran blocks him. They clinch and hold again. Padilla breaks it up. Halfway home in the 3rd. No one's really throwing punches. Mosley moves into a corner, and Duran is wincing. Duran is wincing each time he lands a punch. He may have broken that hand on the Mosley forehead with that. Let's see what happens. Duran has Mosley cornered. Duran isn't moving his feet. Last minute of the 3rd. Duran back into a lower corner. No one's throwing any punches. Several punches land on Mosley's body, but that's about it. Duran goes downstairs with a hard cross. So Duran is winning the round. Whether he broke his hand or not is another story. A quick jab by Duran. Last 30 seconds of the 3rd. Lots of side-to-side movement with Duran. Fighters go back to center, and a leaping shot by Duran misses. And that was Mosley tries to fire a volley of punches, but Duran moved away. And so that's the round. Roberto Duran threw 30 punches here in the 3rd round, but the scoring on the sheet is only 8-4. So as far as Duran's body is concerned, no swelling, not fatigued, no cuts or bruises or anything. But the concern is, as we look at the scorecard, and Dave Rodman scores it for Duran 10-9, is what's happened with Duran's hand. The luminaries at ringside, Kenny Castro, the OG, and Bobby Catalano kind of wonder. The gloves stay on, and so we will go forward with the 4th round. Taylor Moon struts her stuff, and here we go. 4th round here at the Staples Center. Mosley retreats in the right corner, and Duran scores with a quick jab. Dr. Forrest was really animated in Duran's corner, and Duran was agreeing with him. He's already thrown landed 7 punches in 20 seconds. Mosley wants to go downstairs, but Duran playing good defense. Mosley misses with a cross. Mosley wants Duran to bring it, but both fighters have been very tentative. Now Duran gets a hand free and lands the uppercut. About halfway through the 4th, Mosley trying to play defense. No one really being all that aggressive, although Duran has landed 94 punches in the fight. Mosley goes downstairs, lands a combo, but nothing really landed despite the oohs and the ahs. Now Duran lands an uppercut, but there's not much there. Mosley gets in a quick cross. Duran thinks upstairs and then lands one in the midsection. Last minute of the 4th. Mosley pins Duran in the corner, and now Mosley gets told to stop with the kidney punching. Another foul. Padilla steps in there and tells him to knock it off. And now Padilla is going to take a point away from Mosley. And Mosley's corners is upset. Last minute here in the fourth, and he's gonna lose a point. So this should be a 10-8 round or a 9-9 at best. Duran uses subtle movement and blocks the punches. Last 30 seconds. Mosley's been much too passive, and Duran comes out on top in that exchange. They both get some punches in. Another combo. Duran, 41 punches here in the fourth round have landed. Last seconds. Duran is focused and scores with a big jab. And so a small mouth is now formed under Mosley's right eye as the bell rings. They clinch, they hug, they exchange phone numbers. But this round is going to go to Duran, and because the point taken away by Padilla, it's going to be a 10-8 round. And so I've got Duran winning all 4 rounds. Mosley has been very disappointing so far in this fight. Dylan Wurlitzer, how are you, buddy? Says, hello, that's my nephew Dylan. Glad to have you along for some old-fashioned boxing between Roberto Duran and Shane Mosley. And if I was, let's see what the mouse is here. Under Mosley, the right eye is just barely swollen. And to take a page out of Val Red Sox fans, saying it's a 2% right eye swell. So it's nothing really too extravagant for Mosley. Mosley's working as a boxer. So we start the fifth. Shauna Marie exits the ring. And here we go. 5th round underway. Mosley got quite a pep talk. Let's see if it does anything. Duran gets Mosley trapped in the corner. And then they go to hug and clinch again. But a lot of that this fight. Padilla finally separates him. Duran is really fluid in his movement. But no one's landed a punch in the first 40 seconds. There's some nice hand speed. Mosley fires off a volley of shots and finally gets something to score. Now Duran touches the ropes, moves back in the middle of the ring, but Mosley hasn't got him. Duran finally lands a hook. First minute gone here in the 5th. Mosley traps the gloves under his arm, and again another clinch. Way too much dancing in this one. Padilla separates the two again. Duran pushes Mosley back to gain room to throw a punch, but no one really is now. Duran grabs Mosley again. If this were football, there'd be a flag for holding. My goodness, halfway home here in the 5th, and Duran tried to sneak in a bit of extra damage, and now he draws a caution for using his shoulder. Last minute, they finally swap blows, but neither gets the advantage. 40 seconds to go. Mosley has Duran blocked in, but Duran does a great job moving. But again, no one's landing any punches. Mosley tries the uppercut and misses. Last 20 seconds here. And now Duran is told to quit headbutting Padilla. This one is kind of ugly. Last 10 seconds of the round, and that will do it. Punches in the round, 18 land for Duran, 14 for Mosley. And I think this round is going to Mosley. Yep. So Duran won the first 4. And now it's 48-46. Duran on the computer's cards. Not the world's bite is here. Nothing like just pushing for outright violence. This, of the fights that we've done on both my channel and on our Red Sox fan channel, this one has just been timid. No one has really come out swinging, and we're about halfway through the fight. We start the 6th round. Both fighters have 2 fouls. Duran better with the hook and the jab. That's his punches. And Mosley's landed 22 hooks, but no one has even come close to tasting the canvas yet. Here we go. 6th round underway. Mosley got more great advice. But right now, a hug and clinch is not what you want. Duran slides in the corner. Mosley throws a straight right, but he didn't land any points with it. And again, they hug and clinch again. Padilla breaks it up. Mosley finally has Duran trapped, but he's not throwing any punches. We're a minute into this round, and not one punch has landed. Padilla separates him again. Finally, Mosley rips a hook into the body of Duran. Duran into a neutral corner. Mosley swings with the right overhand, but misses. And then Duran lands a big hook to the head. A 3-point punch. Mosley blasts home a right hand. He got away with it. It still landed. We go to the center of the ring. Almost the last minute of the 6th round. Duran lands an uppercut. 52 seconds left. Another clinch. Padilla breaks it up. 45 to go here in the 6th. Mosley finally scores with a tremendous left. That's the hardest punch he's thrown all night. Duran kind of wonders where he is now. And then Mosley goes and grabs him again. Padilla pries him apart. And Mosley lands 2 quick hard uppercuts. Duran, again, a 3-point punch back on his heels. Mosley has Duran pinned at the bell. And Mosley threw a rabbit punch. And that will be the end of the round. And that round was heavily in favor of Shane Mosley. And so now Mosley won the last 2 rounds and has made it a fight. Dave Rodman ringside scores at 57-56, halfway home. As Dave Gardner is encouraging cannibalism, still in the chat. So 12 punches landed for Duran in the 6th round, 27 for Mosley. It's the most aggressive Mosley has been in the entire fight. But everyone's in good shape, and Mosley, the mouse under Mosley's eye, just never developed. And so we start the second half of the fight. Mosley rubs on the back of the ropes. Jack DeForest had a few words for Duran. Let's see if Duran can land anything. Nope, he fires and misses. Half a minute gone. The jab missing short by Duran. Both fighters are holding here. This has been kind of an ugly one here. A minute gone. And Padilla separates him again. 1 for Mosley just landed a 3-punch combo. That's going to score some points. And Duran is kind of wondering now. But Duran caught Mosley with a sweet uppercut, a 5-point punch. And Mosley is suddenly in trouble. Backs into a neutral corner. Duran trying to keep him off balance. Duran wings a big left hand. But Mosley got out of the way, and Mosley counters with a right hand. A minute to go. This might be the most action we've had in the fight. Duran misses badly. He changed his mind through the punch. 35 seconds to go. Again, Duran misses with a jab. They clinch again. Duran punches one off the shoulder, but it won't score any points. Mosley lands a brutal combo. A 5-point combo. Duran back on his heels. But Mosley doesn't have the killer instinct as the seconds tick off in the round. And so Mosley probably won this round. But Dave Rodman has the fight tied. I've got it 67-65 Duran. Yeah, there's so much dancing there. Unbelievable. You would think that one of them would be aggressive, and not want to leave it to the judges' cards, but we haven't even had anything close to a knockdown. 19 punches for Mosley in the 7th to 6 for Duran. Let's check the swelling on Mosley's eye. And it's at 13%. And Duran doesn't have a mark on him. Then again, he hasn't thrown too many punches either. That's why we'll look at their endurances. If you gotta wonder about knockouts, Mosley's a little more susceptible. And so we start the 8th round. Mosley gets a full rest. I'm not sure why. He hasn't been all that aggressive. He got a pep talk from Suarez before he left his corner. And Duran scores with several shots from the inside as we get going here in the 8th. Mosley back up in a neutral corner. Duran lands a wicked combo, a 4-pointer, several solid punches, and Mosley is rattled again. And now the swelling around Mosley's right eye is becoming more pronounced. Duran just moving around. Fighters move back to center. Duran scores with a wing and right. Mosley's head snapped back like on a swivel, and Duran has a 10-0 lead. Mosley is staggered. About halfway home here in the 8th. Duran just misses with the uppercut. And there's a crushing hook to the head landed by Mosley. And Duran just kind of smiles and nods, and we'll see what Mosley will do. 3-point punch. Oh, they both hit heads. They play coca bump, and Duran staggers back. Duran lets his hands go to the inside. Mosley blocks. Last minute coming up here in the 8th. And Duran hits a wicked hook in the midsection. A 4-point punch. 2 of those shots really hurt. 47 seconds to go. Duran grabs Mosley's head, and now they're clinching again. This one's at least had some fighting to it. Padilla breaks him up. 30 to go. Mosley looks at his corner. Misses with the hook. Finally lands a couple solid punches to get Duran back up. But with 2 seconds to go, Mosley misses the punch. They clinch, and that's the round. 8 in the books. Give Duran the round. He landed 24 punches, including 10 crosses, to Mosley's 15. And so Duran up on the unofficial card, 76-75. I have Duran 77-74. And so 4 rounds left here in the scheduled 12-rounder. Duran, of course, fought some 15-rounders, but Mosley never did. And since it's not a title fight, we stick with the 12. So Duran and Mosley leave their corners. Duran, through 8 rounds, has landed 189 punches. Mosley, 146. Mosley again getting words from Oscar Suarez. The swelling was not really lessened in the corner. It wasn't reduced to make a big difference. And now you got to wonder how long Ferdy Pacheco's going to let this fight go. Duran is trapped in the upper neutral corner. And Mosley missed with a backhand. That would have drawn a foul. He's already lost 1 point. Duran finds a home for the jab. Keeps Mosley within striking distance. Mosley tries to go with the body, can't get there. Duran with a devastating 3-punch combo. That scored 4 points. Duran again with a good advantage here in the 9th. They're back into a neutral corner. Mosley lands a 2-point jab. And then he tried a huge shot, and Duran just saw it coming and moved. Now Duran cranks up the hook and hits Mosley in the jaw. Another 4-point punch. Duran, most aggressive he's been in the fight. 1:44 to go in the 9th round. The swelling increases under Mosley's eye. And Duran is either lucky or afraid, or every time that Mosley goes to punch, Duran gets out of the way. Mosley finally gets him the stinging jab. Mosley goes to the head, lays his head on the chest of Duran. He tries to score, and he gets a short hook to the head. This one has been pretty strategic, but not very exciting. Last minute of the 9th. Both fighters are in the center. Duran lets his hands go. But Mosley with the block. Now Mosley gets in a hook under the ribs. This round is now pretty tight. 50 seconds to go in the ninth. Duran to his own corner, and Mosley hits him with a hook to the head. This is Mosley's best round. 35 seconds to go. Duran pinned in his corner. They're trying to see if Mosley can do anything, and Mosley is warned again for holding and hitting. 20 seconds to go. Another clinch. Padilla breaks him up. 11 seconds to go. Mosley has Duran trapped again. Last seconds of the ninth. A crushing right to the jaw of Duran. This is Mosley's round. Duran is hurt. And after 9 rounds, that one goes to Mosley. And so now, but the computer gave the round to Duran. Now that's interesting. I have an 86-84 Duran as well. But I'm not sure what Dave Rodman was watching. Was he watching the Phillies on the Major League package? How do you give that round to Duran? So all the dignitaries at ringside, including young Mr. Wurtzler, enjoying this. Mosley landed 43 punches in the 9th round. But let's see what's going on with that eye. The swelling is at 30% on that right eye. So it shouldn't be too bad. Not a mark on Roberto Duran through 9 rounds. Not a cut, not a swell. We'll see about the broken hand. But it hasn't really affected him since. We go to the 10th round. 9 minutes of boxing left here at the Staples Center. Padilla motions them together. And here we go, the 10th round. The swelling on Mosley's face is almost as pronounced as it was to start, but it's just not that bad. Shane misses with a hook. And then Duran lands the 3-point combo in the midsection. Duran's strategy is to take a round off. Okay, whatever. The swelling increases under Mosley's right eye, but he lands a jab. It's a 2-point punch. 2:15 to go. Mosley just misses with a jab. Duran into his own corner. He picks off the jab thrown by Mosley. And Duran lands a series of hooks to Mosley's midsection. Got him on the ribs. Mosley's starting to run out of gas. Here in the 10th. 3-punch salvo from Duran will land. And it's a 3-point combo. Back to the center. Duran lands an uppercut again. A left, a right, a left, and a right. And that's a 3-point combo again. Halfway home here in the 10th. Mosley's right eye really starting to swell. But he has Duran trapped. Now a lead right that Duran just got out of the way of. Mosley's just telegraphing his stuff, and then Duran comes back with a sizzling cross. A 3-point combo. Last minute here in the 10th. Mosley swings and misses. 49 seconds to go. Duran tries to go for it, but can't find the range. Last half minute of the 10th round. Not much clinching this time. A beautiful cross by Duran has Mosley back on his heels. Mosley gasping for air. 10 seconds to go in the round. Mosley finds the ropes and spins away. A terrible round for Mosley. Give it to Duran. And after 10, 96-93 Duran on the unofficial scorecard. Not the world's best fight for sure, but I think that round kind of gave it Duran there. So I think Mosley's going to need to do a knockdown to win the fight, but his endurance is gone, and so was his hitting power is down to less than half. He can do defense. And Duran just hasn't had really a mark against him. He's tired, but he's not exhausted. So Sailor Moon walks around the ring. The 11th is underway. And again, Suarez pumped Mosley up, but Mosley just hasn't done much with it. And the swelling isn't any better. Mosley retreats into a neutral corner. Duran misses with a cross. Mosley lands several quick blows. Scores a couple points. Didn't sting. And now Duran lands a 2-point combo. His hand speed is so good. Mosley's pinned in Duran's corner. Duran with a feint to the head, then goes downstairs with a smashing hook. The swelling increases for Mosley. 11th round, 2 minutes to go. Shane misses with the left, then the right. And then Mosley takes a hook to the jaw from Duran. A 4-point punch. And Mosley is in a world of hurt here in the 11th. A punishing right overhand to the jaw. His legs have turned to jelly. And his right eye is waiting there for Duran to hit. Duran pops a jab home. A 2-pointer. Last minute of the 11th round coming up. A solid hook by Duran. And Mosley's got to wonder where he is. Mosley misses with a jab, but lands across. Oh, and Duran has been cut. That cross cut to Duran in the last minute here in the 11th round. It's a cut on the outside of Duran's right eyebrow. It's going to flow onto his cheek and not into his eye. So Duran finally has a mark on him. 45 to go. Mosley lands a hook downstairs. Last seconds of the 11th. And Duran is blatantly hitting Mosley when they're in a clinch, and Padilla has stopped to give him a foul. But still, Duran has got this round by a pretty big margin. 20 seconds to go. Mosley's eye is pretty swollen. Duran lands a cross, and Mosley, again, is rattled. The seconds tick away. Duran, as the bell rings, puts up a V for victory. 106-102 on Rodman's card. And so Mosley is going to need a knockout here in the 12th. Duran landed 48 punches in the round to Mosley's 21. 11 combos, 11 hooks, and 11 jabs. It sounds like I'm making an order of Burger King. You'll take the combo and the hook. So let's take a look at what we're going to do in the corner here. We first go to Duran's corner. Cutouts right outside, it's bleeding. So they'll try to get that fixed. And for Mosley, the swelling is at 65%. Duran really has just pummeled him. And so you ready, gang? Here's the last round. Round 12. Here from the Staples Center. Duran's corner was really animated. Go for the Mosley. So the cut outside the right eyebrow of Duran has been closed. Cutman does a great job. The swelling is better under Mosley's eye. Mosley tries to score with the uppercut. Duran blocked it. Duran with a heavy pump and jab into the midsection of Mosley. Said Mosley needs to win this round, and Duran fires a short right cross out land. Again, Duran looking very good. The swelling around Duran's right eye is getting worse. Mosley finally fires off a nice 3-punch salvo, but only can score a couple points with it. 2 minutes to go in the 12th. Mosley slips out of the corner. Duran couldn't quite trap him. Not as much clinching and holding the second half of the fight. Mosley trying to go downstairs but couldn't get anything past Duran. Mosley works his way in and leans. See if he can land anything. Kick at halfway home in the 12th. Padilla finally breaks the clinch. Mosley tries to work the body but can't land anything. And he leaned in and Duran landed an uppercut on the chin. So again, Duran seems to be winning the round, and now Duran follows up to a solid hook to the body of Mosley. Mosley pins Duran in the corner. Needs a miracle. Needs it right now. You can't tie him up, Shane. You got to throw punches. Come on. 37 seconds left. Duran works his way free. Last half minute of the fight. Mosley holds up his disgust as Duran kind of holds around him. They break clean. 20 seconds to go. Duran into the corner. Mosley fires a left. Duran takes one high on the shoulder. It shouldn't matter. 7 to go. Mosley just wasted too much time. Duran should win this fight.
The judges' votes are in, and here, ladies and gentlemen, is your winner.
All right, before we go to Al Red Sox fan in the ring, we've got it 116-111 Duran. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Al Red Sox fan. Ladies and gentlemen, the scorecards are in, and here is your official decision. Octavio Rodriguez of Panama scores the bout 114-113. Rick Saul of Canada scores the fight 115-113. Joel Dovenbarger of the United States scores it 114-113. The winner by unanimous decision is Roberto Duran. Well, I'm surprised the judges have it that close. Duran now will go to 2-1. Let's take a look at the punches here. Duran threw 915 and landed 34.8%. Mosley threw 1,185 and only landed 19. So not the most exciting fight in the world. I'm surprised it was that close. The landing punches was 318 to 225. And so we go to the scorecards. Rodriguez, wow, the fourth round, which was the point where Mosley got the foul, the point taken away, Rodriguez scored that 9-9. He essentially called that one a Mosley round. So even though Rodriguez and Duran are both Panamanian, there wasn't a lot of bias there. Saul called that round 10-8 for Duran in the fourth. And Dovenbarger had it 9-9 as well, which I'm surprised. So that's why it was so close. Dovenbarger and Rodriguez pretty much had Mosley winning the round. And so if it wasn't for the 1 point taken away from Mosley, Shane probably wins this on a split decision, which I think would have been a terrible call. So it was only a 4-point difference in the fight overall. So there you have it. Roberto Duran goes to 2-1 on RSN's fights, and Shane Mosley goes to 0-1. Make sure that you're seeing. Yeah, you get to see my bald head for a second. So there you go. 12 rounds between Duran and Mosley, and Duran just did enough to win the fight. I don't think it was as close as the scorecards indicated, but you never know. Mosley just didn't really go on the offensive except for a couple rounds, and I wondered how much he really was hampered by that mouse under his eye. So there you have it. Roberto Duran has beaten Shane Mosley in Mosley's hometown of Los Angeles. Never good at losing your hometown, you know that? All right, baseball tomorrow. We're back to noon streaming after a long, long week. It'll be the Baltimore Orioles and the Detroit Tigers tomorrow at noon, right here on Retro Sports Network. Want to thank all of you who sat and watched the fight. We'll do another one of these in a little while, and I'm looking forward to Anthony's release of Bleacher Runs Gaming release in a couple weeks of Glory Days Boxing. Can't wait to get a hold of that and do a couple fights for that. We're going to set up a spreadsheet, and I can actually do some cards and nice boxing. So baseball the next 3 days, Tuesday and Thursday at lunch, Wednesday in prime time. This Week on the E is back on Wednesday at noon, and the next Patriots Challenge game is Friday. It'll be the 91 Washington Redskins against the 2004 New England Patriots. So, want to thank you all for joining me. I'm Ron Juckett for Retro Sports Network. We'll see you tomorrow at lunch. Have yourself a wonderful night.